technically, this isn't clickbait, at least if you're a startup or a small business. But for larger businesses, we've still saved clients thousands of dollars per year with Mautic. Hear me out. For the smaller businesses, this platform can be run off an existing server using its mail server. But they typically have an allotment you can use, and most times don't tell you about it up front. Some hosts, such as Cloudways, charge you based on the number of emails per month you send, which is still extremely affordable at 10 cents per thousand emails. This means if you have a list of 10,000 contacts that you send to 8 times per month, your bill is roughly $8 a month. I say roughly because, depending on your server, you may need to pay to upgrade or add an additional one. A host like Cloudways would run you about $10 per month on their 1 gigabyte plan and has supported clients with 10,000 plus contacts. But it really comes down to how many emails you plan to send, as the more you send, the more resources it will consume, thus requiring a higher tiered server. Of course, using the same email service for marketing as you do for transactional emails isn't necessarily advised, because if the unthinkable happens and you end up with deliverability issues, it won't just negatively affect your marketing emails, it'll affect your order confirmations, account signups, and anything else that your website sends. There's many built-in integrations which allow you to send from another server, such as Amazon SES, which is still 10 cents per thousand emails. The cool thing is, big or small, all the features work without any upgrading of your plan, because Mautic is open source. This does come with a small pitfall of you having to set up the software, but we do offer services where we set up or migrate your platform. But before you jump ship, let's make sure it'll suit your business needs by breaking down some of the features. Their name scheme is a bit weird. It may have to do with their integration for SMS and push notifications, which we'll cover in a future video, so be sure to let us know you're interested by giving us a like, and while you're at it, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell, so you'll know when that next video is released. Essentially, campaigns or drip campaigns, also known as journeys, you'll need to build an email first, and you would select new template email for campaigns or new segment email for broadcast. Once you have your email built, the UI for building campaigns is one of my favorites. If you've ever seen Oracle's Bronto, it's very similar to its draggable elements. There's a whole video's worth on just campaigns, so it'll be covered more in depth in a future video. The builder really isn't great. It's not on the level of some of the paid ESPs out there, but most of theirs isn't much better. It's usable, but as you grew, you'd want to use an HTML template. Maybe check out our service for this in the description. Unlike some of the paid ESPs, Mautic does have a feature to send email blasts in chunks, so it won't overload your server and helps prevent triggering spam algorithms with warm-up plans. I also really like how users can adjust their preferences, though their logic on using segments instead of categories is a bit weird. Segments let you filter your contacts down to targeted audiences. You can use these to target your engaged contacts using the point system, specifically target those that have visited certain pages, and so much more. You can also use these to make use of contact preferences, so if a contact decides to unsubscribe, they'll be greeted with a change your preferences first. So they can unsubscribe from specific marketing emails such as articles, promotions, news, and more. The API is very robust, and the documentation is very well thought out. We've been able to build integrations with various forms to easily capture emails and pass them into Mautic using tags. There's even webhooks that, when fired, pass a payload to an endpoint of your choosing. There's quite the selection of events ranging from contacts being updated to Mautic forms being opened. Maybe I should have started with this first, because I have a feeling a large majority of you will hate this pitfall, but I have a potential solution. Remember how we discussed sharing platforms between transactional and marketing campaigns potentially crippling your email abilities? Various e-commerce platforms have plugins such as Automate Woo for WooCommerce that allows you to send transactional emails such as abandoned carts through your e-commerce server. This solves one issue, but since there's no e-commerce integration, it serves another problem. What about embedding products? Well, we're working on a plugin which handles parsing your product list and using a shortcode to serve a list of products, but the only other way would be to manually include said products. And we don't really have an ETA at this time when we're going to be done with development. While it's not default with the software, they do have optional plugins you can install to add this ability. They even have a marketplace for third-party plugins. For SMS, you would use Twilio, and for push notifications, you would use OneSignal. While I'm not a fan of being locked into a specific service, the option is available. But keep in mind, for high-risk companies, Twilio would more than likely not be an option. If you opted for Twilio, you would simply set up an account and configure it. Then you would create a new marketing message under Channels and select Twilio. If your form collects phone numbers, then you'll have a list to send to. Otherwise, you'll need to add the compatibility to your forms. Be sure to include information in your privacy policy about it, same as you would with email or push notifications. For OneSignal, it's essentially the same setup. Create an account, choose the features you want, and choose OneSignal when you create a new marketing message. You can also add this integration on the website itself, and depending on if you use a CMS, most of them will have built-in integrations. Otherwise, you'll need to add the snippet that OneSignal provides. It would be nice to have an overall dashboard, but you can build custom reports that get sent to you, and there are a few pre-built ones, but it definitely could be improved. Due to the lack of e-commerce integration, we tend to use Google Analytics to see sales, clicks, while alongside the open reports that Mautic shows. It does also break down what users clicked on in the emails in Mautic as well, but you kind of have to piece together your data if you have an e-commerce site. Most prefer Google Analytics anyway, since everything is all in one place, but Mautic can break down certain things a bit further than analytics, such as heat maps. So you may still need to give your data analyst access to reporting in Mautic. While the major pitfall is the e-commerce integration, if you don't have a store, this solution may be perfect for you. If you prefer to have all of your data in one place, the data provided from Mautic and Google Analytics using the UTM tags is very helpful in deciding if the email was profitable. While we are working on various integrations to help improve the e-commerce side of Mautic, we don't have an ETA at this time, so this should be considered before making the switch. If you're looking to switch and need help, we offer a migration, consultation, and a full suite of email marketing services, so be sure to check the description for a free quote. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give us a like and drop a comment with any questions you may have. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.